Okay, so how's the lighting on this one? I hope it's a lot better. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, God, for giving me the opportunity to make this video. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another one of these Book Talk One Piece videos. This time we're going to be looking at Juliette. It's been a minute since we checked out Juliette, and then after we look at Juliette, we're going to be looking at Miss All Cherry and see what she's been doing. Apparently, she has some thoughts on Sanji, but more on that in a little bit. Let's get right to Juliette. Say psych right now. Okay.
The merry-go needs to be repaired. We go to Water 7. Beautiful place, by the way. It reminds me of Italy for some reason. We meet Iceberg.
For some reason. I wonder why. I don't know. Should beats me.
We go to the factory. They're showing this big galleon that's being built up, and they're discussing the merry-go. They got 200 million berries, talking about the money, talking about the ship. Hey, what we can do? How can we fix it? Robin is doing some weird, sketchy stuff. She's talking to somebody with a mask on.
Oh, okay.
Sanji is also sus of her. Zoro got attacked by this Frankie family, pirates slash bounty hunters slash ship dismantlers. He beat him up real quickly, but then they stole the money probably from Ussop and beat him up. And the merry-go can't be fixed. The merry-go cannot be fixed.
Everything is going bad at once, huh?
The merry-go was sailing perfectly fine, and then suddenly these carpenters, who probably just want to take money out of the group, out of our crew, is like, oh yeah, we can't fix it. It's you can't even sail to the next island. You'll sink. 0% chance you go to the next island. Bunch of liars. And then Ussop is beat up. The Frankie family took the money away, and he's like, I can't face the others. This is what Nami says to him. She says, aww, don't worry about the money, Ussop. We'll get it back without a doubt. She's not even mad at him, okay? She's just worried for him. Aww. Water 7 outskirts, northeast coast. Dismantlers. The Frankie house. Burn it down. Yikes. What's going on?
She's so mean.
Ussop. Ussop, my boy. Give me back that money. Oh. They're calling him a weakling. I'm about to crash out. And he's alone by himself.
Yeah, he is.
This is insane. This is an insane panel. Frankie, you better watch your back, Frankie. If you see me outside, start running faster. What is this? Look at the minutes.
All my homies hate Frankie. Yeah. Why
even
would he
Chopper.
do that? Yeah.
Frankie's about to get chop him up real nice. Dice him. Demolish him.
Damn.
Come on, inshallah.
I was assuming we were just gonna beat him to a pulp. No, she's asking for murder. No.
These action scenes are so hard to follow sometimes. I genuinely just want to watch and read at the same time.
That's something I've noticed with a lot of book talk girlies, the O'Hara girlies. They seem to have a hard time following the fight scenes. I mean, I think it's probably because, we understand it. It was yeah, it makes sense to us. And then obviously the anime makes it even easier. But I guess, it's because of the nature of what they're used to reading, They'll read a fight in Harry Potter, right? Or a fight in, Game of Thrones, or a fight in Hunger Games. And it's he swung his sword at me. I dodged. And there's really not much to it, that's... It's really not much to choreography going on. So I guess this is a little bit more than what they're, bargaining for. So I understand that statement.
I have free will, hold on. I really need to see this.
Oh, she wanted to see the anime version.
That's what I'm talking about. Hold on, the animation here looks so much better than before. And that scene was nice to watch. Now we can continue.
I'm guessing that was a fight scene? Okay, alright, that's pretty cool.
Ussop and Luffy are having it out right now. Ussop just woke up and Luffy told him oh, we can't fix the merry-go, we have to get a new one. And Ussop in the beginning thought, oh, is it because the money, I got it stolen? And then Luffy's just telling him, no, we can't fix it. And Ussop has the same thinking as me. We just met these people, how could you trust them to just let the merry-go and get a new one? They're just having it out right now. You're not a ship's carpenter, Ussop. Turn my back on the ship. Yeah, he loves the merry-go. We saw that even in Skypiea. The Luffy I know would see through the sail pitch. He made an idiotic decision like that. How can you... Oh shit. Don't do that. Judge you, Luffy.
She's about to
We're
see
gonna
it.
change ships fully apart with the merry-go
She's
here.
about to see it.
Nah, I don't like this at all. They're fighting now. They're actually throwing hands. And Usopp's already injured. I don't know why Luffy's being a bitch like this. He can just explain it to him. I can't see. Okay, so Usopp is just projecting. He's thinking that if you let go of the merry-go when she's useless and, you know, you're not gonna like have any use of her, you'll do the same with me. And he's already insecure about being like almost the weakest in the group, physical-wise. Yeah, I can't keep up with the monstrous powers you guys possess. Like today I couldn't even guard the money. And I'll just be a burden on you guys. You don't need to take the ship. Oh, hell. I don't have any such high ambitions for myself. Looking back on when I first went out to the sea, you guys just invited me on the ship. Quitting this crew? You better be joking. Can't follow you anymore. Sorry to have been such a burden. Oh, hell no. Wait. You're the captain and the ship belongs to you, so fight me for her. I'm gonna throw up. They're gonna fight. Usopp told Chopper that they're no longer crewmates. So go back to the ship. Where's Robin?
Damn.
Oh my god, they're actually gonna fight. Usopp's gonna die. Usopp's controlling the fight right now. What, that's it? Like, Usopp's not gonna be part of the crew?
Yeah. It happens, Juliette.
They're not even letting Chopper heal him.
You gotta respect the chain of command.
I can't see.
Oh, right, because
This is
she's
too
crying. Oh, right, my bad. Sorry. What'd I do?
What?
Why'd she look at me like that?
Well, that's it? Like, actually, he's not gonna be part of the crew?
I mean, yeah, you gotta respect the chain of command. At the end of the day, regardless of what
He's
your
on the
personal
merry-go
gripes
by
are.
himself.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. It's unfortunate, but it has to happen, so.
Like, I'm done with this. I'm so
Okay.
done with this.
Let's see
You're
what her
not gonna
thoughts are.
even catch me.
Hi.
This is not real.
Yeah.
That's how we're gonna continue reading this. Off the basis that what happened is not real and Usopp is just gonna come back. If you start becoming unsure, who can we have faith in? Let's leave the ship to him. Zoro, how can you be so cruel? You can never return to the ship. They actually just left him. They just left him.
I mean, what do you want them to
can't
do? He's not a part of their crew anymore. You gotta be honest. They're not playing captain. They're serious about
Even
it.
blame anybody. There's no one to blame here. Mind you, Luffy, I think he got his ego hurt a bit by Iceberg when he was talking to him. Like, Usopp didn't actually see that Luffy struggled with the decision, and he didn't just immediately give up on the merry-go. And so he just thought that, you know, Luffy made the decision immediately, rashly,
Right.
without thinking about it. Because he knows that Luffy loves adventure and he'll just, you know, hop onto the next island immediately. He thought that he would just let go of the merry-go that fast. And when it comes to his own insecurities, he sees himself as inferior to the rest of the group, and he sees them as these monsters, like strong beings that he could never compete with. And so he thinks that once he becomes a burden to them, or that they see him as such, that they'll let go of him the way they did with the merry-go. He kind of pulled the trigger before they did.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to Luffy,
Yeah.
he needs to like step up as captain, and so I think he saw this as an opportunity. And if he like let go and let actually Usopp take charge of this and try to like fix the merry-go, he wouldn't. They're both in the right in the situation, unfortunately, but like, what now?
You hear that a lot.
Like,
actually.
now what? Like, I'm done with this.
Yeah. I am sorry about what you've had to experience, Juliette. I hope you recover easier.
Friends, I have missed you.
Hi.
Today
Aw.
we are going to be talking about Sanji. I love Sanji, and I did kind of an Usopp defense video, so I think it's time to do the same for Sanji, because
A Sanji defense video. Okay. Okay. All right. I feel like she could have waited. I think if she's already doing a Sanji defense video so soon, wait till she sees what Sanji is like later on. You know, wait till she sees how much better he gets. So like, okay, yeah, sure, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
After Usopp, I do find that Sanji gets the most negative comments on my videos, and
Yeah.
I just don't understand why. He is an absolutely delightful character, and I just adore him so much. So we are going to go into why I love him, what his fantastic moments are that I have read so far in the series. I will say, as a disclaimer, I am currently in Thriller Bark, so please do not post any spoilers about
Yes.
his background later on or any events that happen later on in Thriller Bark or the rest of the series. I am reading the manga and slowly making my way through it. So, that being said, let's dive in. Currently, Sanji is my second favorite character in the entire series, after Robin.
Those are some bold words. Hold on. I thought it was gonna be Robin, Usopp, then maybe Sanji. Those are some bold words you got there. Miss Old Cherry. Like, I knew we were friends. You want to be best friends? I like people who are bold. I like. Wow, that's interesting. Okay,
And while my character rankings do fluctuate quite
fair
intensely
enough.
from saga to saga, I'm just at the place where I really love and appreciate Sanji. And
Okay.
my biggest thing about Sanji is his kindness. He is so overwhelmingly kind. And that is such a big thing for me as somebody who values and appreciates kindness in someone. Sanji just exudes it. And from the moment that we meet him in Baradier, quite literally, he is giving a man that is kicked out of the restaurant a meal, a rival pirate. And I love how when Luffy sees this, he immediately, that's when he knows that he wants Sanji to join his crew. It's such a wonderful human moment from him. And honestly, after Baradier, we kind of see him take a backseat. We don't see him. He was so new to the crew in Arlong Park
Right.
that I feel like there wasn't anything super significant with him. So, then we go through Reverse Mountain, we go through Little Garden, we start the Alabasta saga, and still, he's kind of just in the back. He hasn't really had a super great defining moment yet. And then we get to Alabasta, and this is where genuinely Sanji started to secure his place among my very favorites, because we see him disappear when the crew is under attack at the casino. And
Okay.
they're all captured, and there's kind of like hope is lost. It seems like Crocodile has won. He's tossed the key away. There's banana crocs everywhere. The room is flooding.
Those banana
it's
crocs,
really
of
not
course.
a great situation all around. Who comes to the rescue but Sanji? And he is under this name of Mr. Prince, which just fits him so well. He had his suit on, he had the glasses. I mean, just a hype, like quite literally, like jumped off my couch and did a happy dance when I saw him come up. It was such a
I want to see
great
her do her happy
entrance
dance.
for him. And he lays out all these banana crocs and he's able to rescue the crew. And it was just such a fantastic moment from him. I loved it. And then, as if it literally couldn't get better, he then has the fight with Mr. 2 Bon Clay. And this was another just fantastic moment from him. So that, they do the fight and whatever, but it's after the fight that is so vital and important here. Instead of delivering the final blow like Bon Clay expects, Sanji extends his hand in friendship. And Sanji reminds me a lot of Luffy in his emotional intelligence. And again, it speaks to his kindness. I think that he just inherently knows people and what they need and what they want. And it's obvious that Bon Clay was craving friendship and an actual group where he would be valued. And he gets Sanji's hand in friendship and respect. And that makes a massive impact on him. And while Sanji does knock him out and go on his way, this is huge because we see Bon Clay return after the crew is trying to flee Alabasta. And he talks about Sanji's offer of friendship, and he disguises himself and allows the crew to escape. And I
This
don't
is
know if
well
that was ever
edited.
clarified. I believe that he was
I want to know
captured
who's
by
her
the
editor.
Navy, I think, because there were so many of them, so he kind of sacrifices himself to save the crew and let them escape. And again, we don't know if he would have done that if
Right.
Sanji hadn't shown him an incredibly forgiving, human to human moment, and and accepted and invited him as a friend and part of the crew's nakama. Again, it's Sanji specifically. Luffy is the other one, but Sanji specifically too just has this way of being so gentle and having a quiet knowing of what these people need. And I just adored that moment. So then we get to Skypiea, and he once again, I feel like a lot of focus was on him in Alabasta, so he kind of takes a back seat. But there is one very notable part in Skypiea for Sanji. If you are a Skypiea fan, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. Sanji got struck by lightning once from Enel and was laid out, and he's all bandaged up. And he and Usopp, when they come to, realize that they need to go rescue Nami because
Right.
she's on the ship with Enel. So they go up, and as they're going up, Sanji is kind of like, okay, Usopp, you're going to have to sacrifice yourself so that I can get Nami out of here. And Usopp's freaking out, and they're like, okay, we got to split up. And so he leaves. And, Usopp is panicking, obviously, because this is a lightning imbued, godlike individual who's crazy.
Yeah.
So it's like, what can Usopp do? But he nevertheless goes to fight Enel. He fights his fear, and he fights Enel to try to save Nami. And right when lightning is about to strike, Sanji comes back from being gone, shoves Usopp out of the way, and takes the bolt of lightning again after being struck once. And he quite literally, you guys, this is one of the coldest panels that I have read in the entire manga so far. And even once I'm caught up, I am convinced it will be at least in my top 10. It's Sanji standing there all fried up again from the lightning, and he says, "Thanks, I needed a light," before collapsing. Usopp and Nami were able to get away. Just incredible. Literally got a standing ovation.
She's gonna love
from me.
Sanji a lot
Obviously,
more later
I wasn't
on.
thrilled to see him get struck again. How can you look negatively on anything
I'm curious
about that
to
scene?
know what she's gonna like. Is she gonna go about Sanji's obsession with women and stuff like that? I wonder if she's gonna go into details about that. She's definitely gonna have another Sanji video later on, because there's a lot we learn about Sanji later on. So
it's incredible. I feel like that one scene made up for his kind of backseat absence from Skypiea. Just phenomenal. I loved it so much. So after Skypiea, where we don't necessarily see him as much in a highlight, we then go to Water 7 and Enies Lobby. And once again, Sanji really has place in the spotlight here, and I truly love him the most in these two arcs, in Enies Lobby specifically. So Sanji, after Usopp goes missing, is obviously very concerned, and he's also concerned because they can't find Robin. So Robin and Usopp are both missing, and he doesn't like it, and he keeps asking. He's like, "Where's Robin?" When they find out that Usopp is missing, he's very concerned. So they find, and he's livid. Obviously, the rest of the crew is livid. I love that panel of them where, they all see him and they're getting ready
Frankie
to
family,
bust
right?
butt at the Frankie house. And when we skip forward and Usopp comes to and he starts fighting with Luffy, Luffy is about to say something that he is going to regret when fighting with Usopp on the Going Merry. And Sanji kicks Luffy off of Usopp and says, "Shut up right now before you say something you're going to regret." And again, I think the crew was very much kind of backing off and letting these two hash it out. But I really loved that moment from Sanji because he's very dialed into the argument and what's going on. He knows that Usopp is upset, and, he's trying to protect both of them from saying things they're not going to regret, but especially Luffy, because he knows that Luffy wouldn't mean it. He's just in the throngs of grief right now. The both of them are. So continuing from that, after they have, their big fight and they leave the ship to Usopp, he and Chopper come back and they talk really loudly about the Aqua Laguna and how the whole place is going to get flooded, so they better reach safety. And they do that so that Usopp will be informed of Aqua Laguna without obviously coming into actual contact with him. And just adore that. Again, it's like the subtle things. Like, we have to go tell our crewmate that's left us so that he doesn't get hurt from this massive storm. And it's Sanji and Chopper who go with him to do that. Such a sweet moment. So he's really concerned with Chopper, looking everywhere for Robin. And they see Robin, she says that she's leaving the crew, that she's nothing but bad for them. And even though they lose her, we cut later to the moment where Sanji tells Chopper that he knows when a woman is lying, and he immediately clocked that Robin was not telling the whole truth and that, there was something else going on. So he continues to be on the hunt for her, and he sees her at the train station. And then he also sees that Usopp is taken. So he's doubly concerned, obviously. And he
That's a good point.
The initiative and boards the train, even though he's alone. There's nobody with him. He's just not afraid. He does what needs to be done. And so we see this great moment from him on the train where he's just busting butt through the train. He teams up with Usopp. Sniper King, sorry. He teams up with Sniper King.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, what do you mean by I don't remember Usopp in that scene. Miss Oldcherry, I knew we were gonna be best friends from the very moment I met you. Thank you. I'm glad we're getting rid of this allegations of Usopp and Sniper King being I'm glad.
And he also teams up with Frankie to get to the front of the train to try to get Robin back. So, though they are not able to get Robin back, because again, she's still fighting and holding on to her own issues at this point, he does reunite with the crew at Enies Lobby, and he only gets better from here, believe it or not. And Oda said, you know what? I'm not done cooking with Sanji.
Okay.
Let's continue.
All right.
So we go to Enies Lobby, and not only does he get an upgrade with his leg, right? So now he's Black Leg Sanji. So not only does he get an upgrade with his
that's a
kicking
clean
and his
name.
fighting, which is so cool. I love to see a fighting upgrade from him. We see that Sanji fails in his fight with Khalifa because he can't bring himself to truly fight against a woman. And I've noticed, I got a lot of negative comments about this. And I don't understand why, because I find it very respectable that he is a man that holds true to his values and the morals that he sets for himself, even when fighting against enemies. And it shouldn't be a surprise, because quite literally, he gave a meal to a rival pirate that tried.
You know what I think it's because of how people perceive Sanji's whole situation with women. Because nobody gets mad when Luffy has principles during a fight, or when Zoro has like principles during a fight, right? Zoro would not fight a man who's unarmed, stuff like that. No one has any issues with these guys. It's because Sanji, when he decides to have principles during a fight, they're like, why are you having principles during a fight? I think it's because of the whole idea of like how Sanji sees women and stuff like that. And just, hey man, it is what it is. But people would always have double standards, I guess.
To harm Baratier in the restaurant. And then he also extended a hand in friendship to Mr. Bon Clay. And then he doesn't want to fight against this woman because he loves women. And I just don't understand why there's so much hatred over this. It's not a surprising thing at all. And he goes on and again levels up his kicking, and he's able to win against a different CP9 member, and it's great. But I honestly had no issue with it. And it allowed Nami to go on and have this really awesome moment and really cool fight. And I saw nothing wrong with it, honestly. I think it's all very appropriate for his character. So the next really special moment is when Usopp is there and Sanji directly addresses him as Usopp, not Sniper King. Sanji is the very first one to address Usopp as Usopp and not Sniper King. And Usopp is thrown very, very off guard. And Sanji says this beautiful thing where he says that Usopp is needed. The crew needs him. And he needs Usopp to do the thing that he couldn't do, which is save Robin. And he'll do the thing that Usopp couldn't do, which is beat the CP9 member that they were against. And it was such a beautiful moment, and it is exactly what Usopp needed to hear. Exactly, because Usopp battles with this extreme sense of insecurity where he's not needed and the crew is so much better than him because he doesn't have any powers. And here Sanji is saying, I can't do this. I couldn't save Robin. Even though I tried, I couldn't do it. I need you to do it. The crew needs you to do it. Robin needs you to do this and save her. And oh my gosh, you guys. So then Usopp goes to the top of the tower and starts sniping, and he hits Spandam and allows Robin the chance to run. I am getting chills talking about this. It was one of my favorite moments from Enies Lobby, even though there were so many. And you see Sanji and Zoro proudly talking about their Usopp and how good of a sniper he is, and she's running. And then the definition of like guttural, horrid emotion. I mean, you can just see it. I mean, literally that panel is burned into my brain. He drops his cigarette and he screams out for Usopp, and obviously Usopp was fine and he was okay. But just that moment, I feel like just no words needed to be said. That singular look on his face should tell anybody how much he loves and deeply cares for each of the crew members, even after all that Usopp
I wonder if she's
had
gonna talk
done
about his
and the
situation
rift
with
that he
Zoro.
created with the crew. I just, that singular moment for me, I swear to you, is burned into my mind. The couple instances with him and Usopp specifically, he is so kind and understanding and compassionate. And in this world of monsters and superpowers
Right.
and crazy events with pirates and the Navy, Sanji takes the time to be compassionate, to be empathetic, to be sympathetic, and to be kind, especially to those that need it. And I just love this about him. I love this about him. It's kindness is more important to me, honestly, than anything else. I want to talk about his flirtiness as well, because a lot of people have issues with this. And listen, for you YouTube people, you may not know, I hate pervy and creepy characters or language towards women in books.
Oh yeah, no, she does. Yeah, we established that very clearly in the interview. She does not. Yeah, no, fair enough.
I cannot stand it. It's the one thing that will make me almost instantly DNF a book or rank it low star. Particularly if I can tell that the author has imbued it in. If the author, sometimes you can tell that it's not just a character, but it's the author that's okay. And that makes it so much worse. And look, as somebody who has dealt, I have a lot of personal experience with creeps, okay? Creeps are selfish. They are very selfish, and they are not kind. They care about themselves. They care about what they want out of a certain individual or interaction. Sanji is not like that, okay? In any scene that I have seen from him, at least thus far, he never makes Robin or Nami completely outwardly uncomfortable, right? And even in Thriller Bark, I have now met Absalom. He is immediately so much worse than anything that Sanji has done. So I'm really surprised that this is such a hated trait. And look, am I glad that this is a part of his character?
Fair
No,
enough.
it's completely unnecessary.
Yeah, yeah,
However, I think you have to
yeah.
remember that this is very cultural. It's very much a cultural thing for Japan. There has to be one character that's kind of pervy or super flirty, and it's not something that I enjoy, but maybe it's because I've watched other anime or I'm familiar with it. It's not that bad.
I think that was I wouldn't even say the word excuse to Sanji's character. It's Japan's culture. I'm not gonna tell Japan to act more American, or I'm not gonna expect them like if I don't like it, I don't like it. You know, if I like it, I like it. It's Japan's culture. It is what it is. I'm just gonna keep reading because there's other things that I care about in the series. You know, like it's not gonna make or break the series for me. You know,
Compared to, again, several of the books that I've read or shows that I've seen, it could be done way worse. And
right.
Sanji he's not unkind. He would never do anything to make any woman, but particularly Robin or Nami, genuinely uncomfortable. I think it's part of his character. He admires their beauty. He quite literally worships the ground that they walk on. And it's just not something that bothers me. Oda writes him well enough and respectful enough that it would go against his character, write him in a way that genuinely bothers Robin and Nami. So that is just for me personally. If it bothers anybody else, I can understand why. But in my opinion, his respect still stands. And that's the important thing. It just comes off as kind of a funny gag and joke that, again, is very natural to the manga and anime world, but it is pretty natural to the manga and anime world. Way overdone. Now, apparently, it does get more intense as the series goes on, and that's what bothers a lot of people. And
it does not. Does it get more intense than Absalom? No. No. Who told her that? No. Let me think. Okay, without saying any spoilers, right? Let me think. The Fishman. No. Okay. Cake. No. Like, it doesn't get more intense. I don't. Now, the black suit, maybe? You know, like maybe the black suit, but I don't think that's more intense. I don't know. It doesn't get more intense, so I don't know what people are talking about. Maybe there's a sin I'm missing in my head.
I can understand that. I can't confirm or deny because I am not there. We will revisit that as I continue through the series. But as of right now, it's all just, to me, it's very jokey. It's very harmless. He's still very respectful.
It is.
The crew still very much respects him. The girls in particular respect and love him as a crewmate. And that's the focus. If I were to see a scene where it was genuinely like side eye, you know, then we'll have a conversation about that later. But just from where he's been so far in the crew and what he's done and all of that, I adore him. I love him. I respect him. He's a vital part to the crew, just like everyone is. But I do think that he's such an overhated, underappreciated character. I get a lot of snark about him in my comments, and I just wanted to jump on here and remind everybody that he is a amazing character. And I think I forgot to mention too, he also had 2 moments that were not even like they got no page or screen time.
What about the Zoro Sanji fight?
Where number 1, when he was on Anel's ship, before he sacrificed himself, he damaged Anel's ship, which really ticked him off. And then number 2, he also, when the crew was escaping Annie's lobby, he had gone back in to open the doors again. And that, again, allowed and helped Mary and the crew to make their final quick escape. And it's Sanji that's thinking of these things. Not only is he emotionally intelligent, he's incredibly intelligent in general. He thinks ahead. He has a great battle IQ, in my opinion. I'm not as much into power scaling, so don't come for me there. But
That's not a
I
bad
just adore
opinion.
his
That's not
character.
even an opinion.
I
It's
think
a
that he
fact.
has a lot of really amazing qualities, and if you don't enjoy him as a character, really just think about this and think of the things that he's done. He's such a valuable character. I absolutely adore him, and yes, those are all of my collective thoughts about Sanji. Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything. Let me know if there are any favorite moments from him up to
So
Thriller
far,
Bark
I agree.
that I have left out. And yeah,
Up to
thank
Thriller
you for
Bark.
listening to me yap. Thank you for being patient in between YouTube videos. You know, I'm still busy post-holiday stuff. I'm purging my house and redecorating it currently, so I haven't had as much time, but I love you all. I'm so appreciative, and I will be back soon.
I gotta do an interview with her soon. I'm gonna try to set that up probably today. Not like do the interview today, but I'll try to set up like a time and date for the interview today. But we'll see how that goes. But yes, that's where we're gonna go ahead and end this one. I hope it wasn't too long for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share this video with your family and friends, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Stay classy. Thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to make this video.